Hi everyone, I just wanted to attempt to do a canvas while I'm videotaping. It's a long process, so I might have to do 2 videos. But I wanted to show you the process of getting this texture on here, and we'll see what happens because I don't really have a plan, so I just wanted to show you how I get the texture, and using the texture paste white sand from ReneaBouquets. Okay, this is what I started out with, but I want to show you how I did this. I don't know if it's right, but I watched a few videos on YouTube and just kind of worked with what I have. So this is an 8x10 canvas, and first of all I glue down a piece of paper because it helps give it sturdiness. So I'm using Fabri-Tac for the bottom. And then I'm going to use Mod Podge, the matte finish. There's so many different ways you can bring texture to your canvas. Sometimes I have spritzed my paper and then crinkled it and then laid it down, and it gives it a great texture. I love that. And then I have a piece of mulberry paper, and you just kind of play with it and see how it gives some texture. And then I go over with a light coat of the Mod Podge. Every time I do these canvases, I feel like I'm messing up. But in the end, it always looks really pretty, so. You might want to have some wet paper towels next to you. I have some baby wipes, but it's always good to have napkins and moistened paper towels. There's probably an easier way to do this, but I haven't watched enough videos to make it easier, or faster I should say, because this you have to wait till it dries. What I did this time though is I put a doily down. I don't know if it'll show up in the end, but and then I have this, I don't even know what kind of material this is, but it has awesome texture. I have no idea what I'm going to design on this canvas, so we'll see what happens. You can search on YouTube. I think when I was searching for some ideas, I just typed in mixed media and also art journaling. And there's so many talented people out there, so many techniques, and you just have to find your own technique and go have fun. This can be messy, so be prepared to have glue and probably ink on your fingers, hands. So you want to give, if the whatever texture you're using, you want to give a good coat if it's heavy or feels like it doesn't want to stick. But this Mod Podge is really good. So then we dry it. Sorry about the noise. Okay, the next step is to put gesso down, and I have an acrylic gesso. There's clear gesso. It just depends on what you want it to look like. If you wanted the paper to show in the background, you use clear gesso, but I'm covering mine, so. I have seen people use, what is it called, drywall tape for their texture. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen. I've seen quite a few different things you wouldn't think we would be using, but you can use cheesecloth, probably can use tulle. might want to have a glass of water so you can just put your paintbrush in so it doesn't dry out. Okay, one more. So actually this is my dry one. This is almost what it looks like. So we'll just put this wet one aside so we can continue. Okay, so I'm going to use Prima's texture paste, and it's white sand. I love this stuff. And you can get this at ReneaBouquets. And you might want to pick out a few different stencils. I always try to do a couple of them. I never have a plan, so I just kind of randomly work it through. Okay, and my other stencil, actually I'm going to dry this real quick. In the end, you'll be able to see the stencil work. I'm not sure what I want to do here. Oh, let me try this. You won't want to dry in between different stencil and others. also use texture paste. I ran out of texture paste, so I figured I'd use what I have, and I tried the white sand and I love it. These in water. Okay, so the next step I do is I gather what I'm going to put on the canvas. And I don't know what I'm going to do here. The sand is a little bit tacky right now because it does take a while to dry. So sometimes I'll gather my flowers and just kind of lay it out and play with it. This time I'm using some of my paper flowers that I made using my Cricut, not my Cricut, yeah, it's my Cricut. You can get any embellishment and put in here. And then I think this time I'm going to cover it with gesso with white, and that way I can make it any color I want with the spray misting. and they can be any color. You can cover it up with some gesso with the white, and then with your sprays, like I have Heidi Swap's Color Shine. I have Prima. You can use any of your sprays. And I have these bag of goodies from my friend Carol. She sent me an angel kiss with a bunch of goodies. And that one has a middle. And this is from ReneaBouquets. I have no idea what I'm designing here, so I think we'll go with this. So what I'll do is glue everything down. You don't have to use flowers, but I have to have flowers on everything I do. Excuse me. And I like to use, I should have used it on the buttons too. I like to use Prima's 3D gloss gel. It works good with metal embellishments. And I think I'm going to put some beads down. some of this. Paint over the flowers with the gesso. Usually I have a plate handy, but I don't right now, so use a piece of scratch paper. Almost done here. So you can cover this as much as you want. Just depends on what you want showing. Okay, I think we will dry it and then we'll spray it. Okay, let me see what colors. Yeah. This is the part that's scary. Shoot. I think I'll use Color Bloom's Deep Teal, and this is one of my favorite colors. And you can get this at ReneaBouquets. This is Color Bloom Ginger Coral. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to stick with blues and greens. I'm going to do the background. So this is Lindy's Stamp Gang Moon Shadow Mist. And it's called, I can barely read that first word, Buccaneer Bay Blue. Who knows what it's gonna look like. Oh, it's like a brown, but I think it has blue in it if you get the spray just right. I have Shimmer's Sweetheart, and I actually won this last year on their Facebook page. Let's see if it wants to spray. Oh, make it a paintbrush. feel like I'm messing up, but hopefully in the end it looks good. The wet wipes will take away whatever color you don't want on there. See, look at this mess. Oh my goodness. So actually I don't like that pink on there, so I'll just cover it up. Let me see what this amethyst. I'm probably making it worse, but you get the idea. Trying to think of it. was looking for. This one is Teal. I don't know if this will inspire you to do it or scare you. But this is what I do. This didn't quite turn out how I hoped it would, but it gives you an idea of how I create my canvas. I don't care for that purple on there either. See, this is what your hands will look like afterwards. The wet wipes take most of it off. I'm going to see what this bronzer does. Makes it darker. Anyway, this is what I do when I play with my sprays. Even on my pages, this is kind of the process I do. Let me grab another napkin. Make sure and wear an apron if you're wearing light clothes, because I've gotten it on my clothes before and the spray does not come off. So it takes, you can grab a napkin and it takes the color off, a lot of the color off if it's too dark. And if you don't like it, you can cover it over with gesso again and start all over with the colors. And then I might, sometimes I'll go and find other embellishments to add afterwards. So this is ReneaBouquets Dragonflies, and these are really, really pretty. I'm just playing with it. Once I have a place for it, I'll glue it down. Actually, I think I might use her other little dragonflies. If you haven't bought from ReneaBouquets Shop, you are missing out. She has some unbelievable butterflies and dragonflies. Lots of detail. And she also has lots of other goodies that you can create with. I think I like that. I might put a couple more on. I don't know if I like that color though. So anyway, I'm going to stop right now. Please let me know if you have any questions and share your work with me. Send me a message with something you've created. Thanks for watching.